Hey, this is Peter Graphics, and this is round 2 of CloudCover. And in today's video, we're going to take the template that we manipulated in the first video with Photoshop, and we are going to turn that into a CloudCover product. And we're also going to create a super simple gift product that just takes really just a couple of seconds. It's really an easy way to create mountains of products that are basically like gifts. So we'll get to that right at the very end of this video. So first, we're going to create a CloudCover product, and we do that in RetailerCentral. So let's log into RetailerCentral, and you do that with your retailer ID and password. And in RetailerCentral, you'll see in the middle there is this item called CloudCover. You may have to expand it. And CloudCover encompasses both CloudCover products and CloudCover templates. So the distinction here is that a CloudCover product is the actual thing that a consumer buys. It has a price, it's a thing. And the templates are these optional items that allow consumers to customize those products. So for example, a product may be a 4x8 greeting card, and a template may be a green holiday card, a red holiday card, a yellow holiday card, all the same size, the 4x8 size, but just a different looking template. So we are going to, in the case of this card that we manipulated in the first video, we're going to turn that into a product. So let's click on Products, and we'll click Add New. And I'm going to call this thing My New Card and give it a description of the same. Now, you're probably going to use something a little bit more sophisticated, but in this case, My New Card, the name is it's an internal name that only you are going to see. You see it in you're going to see it here, and you're going to see it in Photogey's lab. But what the consumer is going to see is the description. And the description, whatever I type in here is actually the seed description. It is this description that's going to come down to Photogey's lab when you're pricing and publishing products in lab. And at that point, you have an opportunity to change the description to something else entirely. So this is sort of the seed description, the starting or default description, and we're going to put it in here as being My New Card. There are 7 different types at the moment of products that you can create in CloudCover, and we're adding more all the time. And the product type really refers to what the product sort of basically looks like, where we're going to put it as far as a category goes, in both in PhotoCentral and Photogey's kiosk, and how it gets rendered, whether it's simplex, whether it's duplex, whether it has multiple pages, and so forth. So we're going to do this card, as I said before, which is just simply a simplex card. So I'm going to select card as the type, and it is a 4x8 card, so I'm going to put in 8,000 and 4,000. Why 8,000 and 4,000? Because width and height in our system is defined in thousandths of an inch. So, for example, 8.5 inches would be 8,500. 8 inches is 8,000. 12 inches is 12,000, and so forth. So, a 4x8 card is 8,000 and 4,000 right here. Now we have this online image, and the online image is really the selling image, the image you see in PhotoCentral when you're choosing this product and trying to decide that this is the product you want to buy. So in my case, what I did was something really simple. I just took the PSD file that we created, and I just kind of pulled it up and put like my own a name on it and kind of made it look like a product, and I exported it as a smaller PNG file. Now, you can use anything you want as a selling image. We're going to scale it down to fit both, whether it's in PhotoCentral or in a kiosk. But we're going to scale it to fit. Typically, it would be, in the case of a greeting card, you might create an image that has multiple cards in it, all drop shadowed and so forth. And that's sort of the selling image for that product. Might be much more sophisticated. But in my case, I just have one template, it's one card, just an example. So I took the PSD file and made it into a PNG file. And I'm going to choose that file, which is this a 756_48 PC for PhotoCentral. The kiosk image, which is optional, if you don't put one in, we are going to take the online selling image and just resample it. This one I made it did make it separately, or did make it different. Like, this is the image I made because in the kiosk we kind of have this style, so I wanted to use this as my selling image, although I don't have to, but I am. So I'm going to choose this as my selling image. I'm going to check test mode, and what that means is that unless I do a very special thing on the URL when I'm launching PhotoCentral, I'm not going to see this product. And that's kind of how I want it. Until I'm sure that this thing tests out okay, I'm going to put this test mode on, and I'll show you in a later video how we're going to test it and how we're going to remove that checkbox. Tags is a new feature, and it's not really used right now by the clients, by PhotoCentral or Kiosk, but it will be. So it's a good idea to kind of populate that now. And what this means is it's words that are separated by spaces that will help consumers identify this particular product when they're searching. So in this case, I'm going to make this a holiday, Christmas kind of thing, a card. So we're going to use these words to help the consumer search for this product. Share to is if I want to allow other graphics accounts, other PhotoCentral accounts to use these products, I can put them here. So like if I put graphics 999 and graphics 678 here, these two accounts, which may be my colleagues, owned by my colleagues or owned by me, will have access to these new templates that I'm creating. So once I do all that and I click save, all that information gets uploaded, and if I go back to my list, I now have a product. So this product is almost ready to go. What I don't have is one or more templates associated with it. So I'm going to click templates, and I'm going to click add new. Now this is where I'm going to add that Photoshop file that we made in the first video. So I'm going to choose the product it's associated with. I'm going to choose the after PSD file. I'm going to choose the style of this particular template. So if we were making books or calendars, each of these templates might be the front or the back, that might be the top or the bottom, the inside or the cover, or the inside of the outside, whatever. But in this case, it's just simply, in the case of a card, it's just simply a page. The sort order is, like, I'm going to make this, I'm going to give this the number 0. If I added multiple templates, one might be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and it would show up on the mixing bowl in PhotoCentral or Kiosk in that order. So that's what I'm going to do. It doesn't really matter for one, but I'm just going to, for completeness, I'm going to put 0 in, and I'm going to save this. And when I click save, this information will all get stored in the database, but also the PSD file, this 756 underscore 4x8 underscore after this guy right here, this is going to get uploaded into the cloud, and it will be accessible by the Kiosk and by PhotoCentral. So let me go back to my list, and now we've got it. We have a product, which is this card that we based on the card that we created in the first video. Here's the template associated with it, and this is good to go. Our next step for this product is going to be loading it into PhotoJazz Lab and pricing it and publishing it so that it can be seen by PhotoCentral and Kiosk. So let me go back to my master table. That's our product, and it's done. One template. We're good to go here. But while I'm in this video, I want to show you a really simple way to make a gift product. So I'm going to make a coffee mug. Let me add this. My new mug. Just like we did before with the card, this is actually a gift. It's a whole 4,000 by 4,000. And I've made some selling images right here. A PhotoCentral selling image, and I've made a Kiosk selling image. It's in test mode, and I'm going to give it some tags, mug, and gift, and photo. And I'm going to save this and go back to my list here. So now I have two products. The first product, which we created based on that template that we manipulated in the first video, and the second product, which is just simply a coffee mug. Now, the first product has a template. That's the thing that we manipulated in Photoshop. The second one doesn't, though. And in CloudCover, you don't actually have to have a template associated with a product. If you have no template associated with a product, the Kiosk and PhotoCentral presume that the product is just merely a hole, which is exactly what most gifts are. They're just simply a hole where you drop a photo in. And when the the order comes down to you, you take that photo and you print it on, say, sublimation or whatever you do, but all you really care about is that the aspect ratio is correct, the cropping is correct, and so forth, and that's what we do for you automatically. So now, without going into templates, Photoshop, or anything, we can create any gift we want, like coffee mugs or dog tags or cake tops or whatever we want, as long as all they have is a selling image and then basically an aspect correct whole associated with it. So now we have 2 CloudCover products in RetailerCentral associated with our account, and in the next video we're going to price and publish these products and then view them in Photo Central and Kiosk and place some orders.